All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is first appearance. This is the PM docket, and I will let you know if I've determined probable cause, and we will talk about release conditions. Please make sure that you speak with your attorney before speaking on the record, because everything in this courtroom is being recorded and can be used against you at a later time. All right, we don't have such a big docket, so we'll just go from the top.
Mr. Reedy, Judge, can I tell Mr. Reedy we're gonna need a Spanish interpreter?
Okay.
It is for Mr. Nelson on the second with doctor.
They need a Spanish interpreter for Mr. Nelson.
I think his name is Nelson. What is it? Yeah, Nelson Santos. Thank you, Judge.
Nelson Santos. All right, Carisha Jenkins.
I've been informed she bonded.
Okay. Regis Walker.
I've been informed she bonded.
Okay. I find probable cause. Ronald Ness.
He's approaching, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ness, you're before the court on a KPS that was issued December 2nd of this year on a trespassing charge. I find probable cause. What does Mr. Ness want to do?
What would you like to do today, sir?
I don't know what I do.
I can't tell. I gave you all your options. I gave you time to think about, tell me what you wanted to do.
What are the options?
All right, Mr. Ness, you have, and then why is it a $2,500 bond? That always
One moment, Your
piques
Honor.
my interest. So you have a $2,500 bond which your division judge placed on this KPS.
The only thing I know right now, Judge, is
Uh-huh.
Mr. Ness is homeless and can't afford that bond. But as far as what he wants to do with his case, I don't know what he wants to do with
All
it.
right, so
Your
Mr.,
Honor.
yes,
I suspect Judge Hurley set it at $2,500 because Mr. Ness did not appear at a non-jury trial.
oh, okay. All right, so Mr. Ness, you had a trial that was scheduled on this trespassing case. And you didn't show up for the trial date, so Judge Hurley imposed a $2,500 bond. Usually that's why the bond is high, there's some reason, right? So your options are you can post your bond, or we can talk about something else, or you can resolve your case today by taking a plea. And I think that those would be your two options. You can resolve the case, you can post the bond, or we talk about other release conditions.
Judge, right now, Mr. Ness told me he believes he wants to resolve it.
Is there an offer?
The offer is adjudication, time served, no return to the Walgreens at 1005 South Dixie Highway in Deerfield Beach.
Judge, Mr. Ness is indicating to me that he wishes to accept the state's offer.
All right. So, Mr. Ness, just so you understand, I know it was non-jury trial because it was a case that was assigned to the satellite court. And so I suspect then that you did not have an attorney either because it was not at the main courthouse. So now that you're here, and you are in custody, you have the attorney, Mr. Romero, is standing next to you. You have had an opportunity to speak with him. So is it correct that you want to resolve your case today?
Yes.
Okay. And so I need to take a plea from you. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, sir, you can put your hand down. Mr. Ness, do you understand everything we've discussed here today?
Yes.
Is anyone forcing you to resolve your case?
No.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No.
Do you need any more time to speak with your attorney?
No.
You understand that you have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea today, you are giving up that right.
Yes.
Have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
No.
Do you understand, Mr. Ness, that if you are not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today, it will subject you to deportation or immigration changes?
Yes.
What plea do you wish to enter at this time? Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
I accept your no contest plea, Mr. Ness. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given. Your sentence serves adjudication and time served, and no return to that Walgreens. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Santos Gomez Herrera.
Judge, he bonded?
Mr. Herrera bonded. I find probable cause. Joshua Edwards.
Bonded, Judge.
Mr. Edwards bonded. I find probable cause. Sean Duraso.
I'm sorry, Judge.
He bonded on what?
I'm sorry.
Oh, but Duraso. Duraso?
Oh, he's
Well, the,
You change your mind? Okay.
well, here's the
Of
issue.
course it's okay.
His bonds have been posted on the case charges that are bondable, is what I'm being told. But he has a no bond hold on a violation of probation. And,
Which county?
That's out of another county, though.
and that's out of Palm Beach. Okay?
You know,
So Mr. Duraso is before the court on a grand theft charge, fraud, uttering false instrument. Number 3 is possessing or selling or delivering skimming device. And then, as I said, number 4 is the violation of felony probation from Palm Beach County. I find probable cause. And as we stated before, his bonds on the bondable offenses have been posted. All right, Marcus Young.
Mr. Young, come on up, please.
All right, Mr. Young is before the court. Charge 1 is resisting officer with violence. Number 2, criminal mischief. Number 3, possession of drug paraphernalia. Number 4, reckless driving. Number 5 is a traffic infraction for expired tag. And number 6 is failure to register motor vehicle. And I find probable cause. All right, Mr. Young has some standard bonds. We need to set a bond on charge 1.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Young, as far as Broward goes, has criminal history, 2015 criminal mischief, 2015 felony battery due to priors. State would be seeking a $1,000 bond on count 1.
For the circumstances, that's reasonable. I'm gonna be just asking for a photo order. I'm gonna see if the state has an objection as far as an RO on count 6, the $25 bond.
No, I don't.
Oh, all right, so, I'll, $1,000 bond on charge 1, I'll ROR on 6, and I guess your other request was an order, a phone order, I'll sign that.
Oh, no, a photo.
Photo, okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Sean Giraldo,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sir, Mr. Gerardo, come on up, please. He's approaching, Judge.
okay. All right, sir, you're before the court, you have a traffic KPS, and then charge number 2 is a grand theft charge, and I find probable cause.
Judge, I was gonna ask if we could check to see if his bond's been posted.
Okay. Thank you. Has not been posted. Uh,
I'm not gonna be requesting anything, Mr. Geraldo is quite confident that it will.
Okay. All right, the bonds will remain in place. Richard Harp,
Mr. Hart, come on up.
all right. And Mr. Harp is before the court on one charge of grand theft. And number two is possession of drug paraphernalia. And I've been advised that his bond has been posted.
Oh, someone posted your bond already, sir.
Oh, they did?
Yes, Richard Harp, right?
Yes, sir.
Madam Confinement, is Harp's bond has been posted, right? Yes. Yes.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. When will I be getting out?
But make sure you come out to court, right?
All right.
Which one? I know. Yes, yes. All right, on the misdemeanor hearing docket, we have Lascelles Simmons.
Paul, right?
All right, Your Honor.
Okay,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon, Mr. Simmons.
How you doing?
Your Honor, Mr. Simmons, when he was arrested, had a felony VOP.
Yes,
It looks like that's been resolved. He was county sentenced. His sentence expired, I believe, this past Sunday.
okay.
If he wishes to resolve this matter, the offer from the state would be an adjudication time served.
All right, so Mr. Simmons, I believe that, well, the only thing holding you in custody right now is this charge.
Yes, ma'am.
If you would like to resolve it, the sentence will be time served, as you've been in.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to resolve the case today?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. And Mr. Simmons, you understand the offer that has been extended to you today?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone forcing you to resolve your case?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Do you need any more time to speak with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea today, you are giving up that right.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand that if you are not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today will subject you to deportation or immigration changes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what plea do you wish to enter at this time? Guilty or no
No.
contest?
No contest.
I accept your no contest plea. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given, and your sentence is adjudication and time served. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
All right. And then Nelson Sanchez, that's the gentleman who needs the
Well,
interpreter, or no?
I hate to say it, he posted bond.
I'll let him know.
No, that's what I confirmed with. That he posted bond.
Okay. His bond has been
He's not being
posted,
held on anything.
so that was the only thing holding him, and his bond has been posted. You wanna tell him? You can,
Que ya le pagaron la fianza. ¿Ok? Eso era todo. All right.
thank you, thank you. All right. Martavius Ward.
Oh, Mr. Almy, hold on, sir. Octavius Ward.
Mr. Ward bonded? Huh? He's out. Okay, Mr. Ward is out of custody.
Okay, come on, sir.
So Mr. Almy is next. Roberto Almy.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Almy is before the court. He was arrested on December 5, and so I guess this is a second look at his bond status.
Correct, Judge, he
Yeah.
has $1,000 bond. He said he's been in contact with his parents 2 days ago, and they were gonna try and come up with funds to post his bond. From what he's still in custody, so that tells me they weren't able to. Now, he lives with
They may
his,
not know how to do it too. Because they're Haitian, they're not from here, they don't know how to bond to wire and stuff.
so they might be encountering difficulties from what Mr. Almy is advising me. Now, he's been here for over 20 years, he's 27 years old. Right now, he lives in Miramar with his parents, My understanding is mom and his dad both work at, I believe, in the same cafeteria,
Yes,
from what he's advised
out
me.
of Toronto.
He graduated from North Miami Beach High School in 2009. Judge, I'm asking if the court would consider releasing him on pretrial release.
Please.
Who's this?
Mr. Almy have priors?
Checking that right now. He said he lives with his parents?
Something about that.
Because see. See a DUI property damage out of Broward in 2012. That's all. Have one moment.
I'm gonna say, based on the allegations and the circumstances that seems to be involved here, I am going to leave the bond in place at $1,000.
Yes, Judge.
Okay? All right, Milius Aureus,
Copy, Your Honor.
But it's not on CCIS.
Judge, Mr. Aureus indicated to me that if the court would be inclined to sign an order allowing him access to his property, he would be able to bond out on the $6,000 bond that's currently set.
all right. Well, I will sign that order.
I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. Can I say something to you, Judge?
Did you talk to your attorney before court started?
Yes, we did speak,
Yes.
Judge.
Okay, so is it something that you didn't speak to your attorney about, that you want to say?
Yes, I want to.
Everything in this courtroom is being recorded and can be used against you at a later time. So I just need to let you know that before you say anything.
Yes.
Okay, so if you still wish to speak after getting that advice, what is it that you want to say?
Because what I'm gonna say, and all of the charge and then, but then me, I don't know all that, you know.
All right, Mr. Milius, Mr. Aureus,
Yes.
I signed the order so that you can get to your, access to your phone, so you can post your bond. Everything else you need to speak to your attorney about, okay?
Okay.
All right. Samson Taurus. Okay. All right, Mr. Torres was arrested on December 6th. The charge is fraud, uttering a false instrument. He has a $1,000 bond.
Consider placing Mr. Torres on pretrial release. He's just not able to post any kind of a monetary bond at this time. He did indicate to me that he's been living here for quite a while and that this is his first arrest ever. And if those things are true, then I think he would be a good candidate for pretrial release. Thanks, Ed.
See, and Brian, and this is what happens. What if he does have arrest? Does that mean that pretrial's not a good, because he does. I'm getting hits out of California, Georgia, and Texas. He's used false names before.
Well, I can only advise the court what Mr. Torres advises me.
Right. And with these allegations that he was attempting to cash a check for $2,700 from somebody's personal account, and with not much other information, I am going to leave the bond in place at $1,000. Okay? Joshua James,
Come on, sir, you know. Don't brag, Your Honor.
okay? All right, Mr. James was arrested on December 6th. Oh, well, I think we found probable cause because he kept refusing to come to court. So, this might have been yesterday that I,
If ultimately find probable cause.
yes.
The probable cause affidavit, it appears that the total amount of the items was $356.51.
And I don't know why Margate is still using the old statute, or the old, still has it as 300
So it's
to
a,
5,000.
it's petty theft.
Yes, Judge.
Your Honor,
Does he have,
he has priors, they're not, the last death-related prior was in '07, Your Honor.
okay.
He did have 2011, 2 counts of aggravated battery of a law enforcement officer, aggravated fleeing and eluding, resisting with violence, offense against a police dog. He was sentenced to just under 66 and a half months state prison as a habitual offender.
All right, so this is a petty theft charge, or it's going to be a petty theft charge. Mr. James, I will release you to pretrial supervision. You need to go to the pretrial office tomorrow. The deputy's gonna give you the information for the pretrial office.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't go to the pretrial office, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that?
I understand, ma'am.
Is there any way for us to, well, Is there any way for us to fix this to the petty theft today?
Well, there's no way, I don't think there's any way to do it today, Your Honor, but
Yeah.
ultimately, if the state does file an information, it'll be corrected at
Okay.
that time, I imagine.
All right, so you need to go to pretrial, and if you don't report, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. So make sure that you go tomorrow. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes, ma'am.
all right, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
All
Good
right.
luck, Joshua.
And
Thank you, sir.
Mr. James, hold on. Where is this place?
This is at,
Walmart at You are not, no return to Walmart on Atlantic Boulevard. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Jenna Kobilock.
North Broward.
on 5555 Atlantic Boulevard.
All right, ma'am, you were arrested on December 7th. The charge is possession of MDMA. You had $1,000 bond.
Your Honor, Ms. Kobe Luck indicated to me that she's been in contact with a friend of hers who is intending to post bond for her today.
Okay. All right, so we'll leave the bond in place then, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so I have stuff to sign, so thank you, everyone, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.